following program may contain moments of great personal reflection, sudden and striking realization, things you should not try at home, the truth about cats and dogs, incomplete thoughts, rambling gibberish, completely ridiculous opinions, winning lottery numbers, things you could really care less about, barking dogs, and unfortunately, Mike and Stan.
Who likes to be silly? I like to be silly.
What kind of radio show is this?
This town needs an enema.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Get up, get on
Hello. Hey, we have sound now. Welcome to an all-new Open Mic Live right here on Open Mic, the show.com, IRN broadcast, the No Name Network. Catch us replays on 920 WO in the Apple Friday nights at midnight. Catch us on Bubba Army Radio Network if you're a Bubba Army subscriber. Pulse-radio.net brings you the best in all forms of rock from the 60s up to today. They have plenty of podcasts on there if you like rock music, rap music. No, I'm just kidding. You don't go there if you want rap music. And what else do we got here? We got some games tonight. Bring it back, Stanley Feud. Woo! And it's rare. I don't care either. It's rare that I actually get to see somebody, a guest, before they come in here. And you brought in a very funny guest tonight. Stan, introduce our guest.
So,
wait, we just talked about how pauses mean a lot right before we went on the show, and that was a long pause.
Oh, we segue
yeah, those are
terribly.
intentional. Yeah, our segues are,
Okay, sorry.
awful. Like, we tried to segue before and went, why? Fuck it.
Who needs that?
So, in the studio tonight is one of my favorite comedians, even though she's a girl. That's cool. But she really is. I've seen her several times, and she's been hilarious every friggin' time. It's Amanda Wilson. Welcome, Amanda Wilson.
Thank
How are you, sweetie?
I'm good.
How's everything?
I'm really excited to be here.
Now,
Good.
how old are you, Amanda? 32, right?
Yeah, 32.
Okay. At 32, let me make it clear to you guys just how much we appreciate her coming in here. She has to work this show in the middle of a full-time job, doing comedy. She has 2 daughters, a dog, a cat, and a podcast.
I'm actually the proud owner of 2 cats now. I found a kitten.
You found a kitten?
Yeah.
Like, that your cat had?
No, it was at work, abandoned, so now it's my cat.
Are you...
I'm learning from Katie McCoy, I think.
I mean,
Are you reluctant?
how many will you take in before you stop?
None. No more, because I said that we can't be outnumbered by pets, so there's 3 of us and 3 of them,
So you
and
can
that's
have more
it.
cats than kids?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can't. We can't do that.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
So we do sincerely appreciate you
Yeah, no, I'm
driving
really
all the way over here for that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be
And
here.
Hillsborough Avenue is fun, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Look,
fun.
pauses.
It was a lot of fun. Yep.
So that is awesome, and thank you very much. I mean, next week we have Girls' Night with some females that have been in before. Katie McCoy, Natasha Samreni, and Marie Williams
Okay.
will all be here next
nice.
week. I don't like to... The first time you're in here, I like to have you by yourself.
Okay.
That, and I just wanted to have you by yourself.
Well, here I am.
No, I do appreciate it, and you're awesome. So, like, you seem so sweet.
Thanks.
Are
I
you?
mean, I try to be nice. I'm sure some people would disagree with that.
Now, you see how she said try to be nice?
I try. I mean, I just try to be a nice person, but
being a comic, those.
well, I feel like being nice and taking shit off people are not the same thing. Yeah, I am a very nice and kind person, but I'm not going to let people walk all over me, so I don't think that I'm too nice.
So who's nicer, you or Marie Williams?
Definitely Marie, because I have said things to her before where she's like, "Oh my God, Amanda!"
Are you serious?
Yes.
To Marie?
Yes.
I thought she was one of the most aggressive.
Well, we have private conversations.
Off the right.
Yes, I'm proud to say that I have shocked Marie more than one time.
Dude, we're gonna do behind the mic. So you asked, do we get to see when people stop into the chat board?
Oh yeah, because the podcast that I do has never been live. It's always just been audio that we or YouTube later on. So I didn't know how you guys worked your stuff.
We do. We have Nikki Haas, Eric Montesino, Alexandra, Michael Roethlisberger, Daniel Lanyard, Tiffany Montesino, Joanne Vidal, Larry James, Lisa Webdale, Kevin A. Holly, David Jolly, Terrence Froberg. The list goes on.
It sounds like you're reading the birthdays on the news.
Today it's your birthday. And today Stan turns 69.
But with no character, it was like, and now tonight at 6 p.m.
This was brought to you by Smuckers.
News at 11. Fuck you. Don't pick on the way I read my list.
No, listen, if this was brought to you by Smuckers,
We'd have more harmonicas.
We'd have more listeners.
we'd have more harmonicas. I like where everyone's priorities are at.
We'd have more money.
You want more cats?
Yeah. No,
we could
I don't
pay
want
for
more
the-
More
cats.
gummy bears.
Oh, gummy bears.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was very nice. Look
Okay,
at that.
you're very welcome.
So, Michael,
Yes.
you have no clue. This cat doesn't even research his own games.
That's true. It's hard.
For him to know to bring you Hairbo. Hairbo is Hairbo, right?
Hairbo.
I am very flattered because those are my fucking jam. Okay.
No, I mean, is it a coincidence that Hairbo and
the hair
and hair because I have hair?
Right. You think it's subliminally somewhere you're like Hairbo? Yes. How long have you had that hair?
I always pronounce it Harbo, and then I heard.
How long have
then
I
they
had
the
this
commercial.
hair? Since I was like a
you're
year
born.
old, it started growing in because I was bald when I was.
I know
first
how long
born.
you've grown hair since. But like that head of hair.
Like that style.
Yeah.
Well, this is just.
That can't be easy.
No, this is just how it comes out. This is how it comes out.
It used to be, you had it straight. Did you straighten it for a while?
Well, I have relaxed it in the past. I have straightened it chemically before, but I haven't in like 10 years.
I think you should chemically.
Yeah.
Chemically induce my hair until it was straight.
That's what you have to do, right? It's like
Well,
chemo.
because some people who don't have that curly hair can just use a flat iron, no big deal. But we got to bring in the chemicals.
So here's the guy
Hazmat.
that I watched a few of your shows. Well, actually, I've watched Mixed Feelings.
Okay.
And here's a guy that was on one of them, David Wayne.
Oh.
Right. I can't wait till that guy gets funny. It's going to be fucking awesome.
It's been like 5 years. I don't know if it's going to happen yet.
As soon as he catches up with Matt Williams, I'll be impressed.
Okay, you know what? I have a very special place in my heart for David Wayne because before I started doing comedy, he was following the podcast on Instagram. And then when he saw that I was going to open mics, he was like, here's the list, here's where they're at, blah,
good,
blah, blah. Like,
supportive, yes.
he told me where all the open mic. John Jacobs was the first one to tell me about Iberian Rooster's open mic. And that, because we had him on Mixed Feelings. That was the first local comedian I ever met. I didn't even know how
Ever
comedy.
met?
Yeah, well, yeah, around here.
How long have you been doing comedy around here?
March of this year was a year. So a year and a couple months, 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So we had John on because we saw him open up for Chris D'Elia. And he came on our podcast and he was telling us that he used to host with Shannon at Iberian Rooster. He's like, oh, come out one night. And I went out and I was like, oh, wait, maybe I could do this. And then I did
It's
it.
easy, right?
Yeah. Well, right before we had met him, we had gone to California for, we were at the LA Pod Festival 2 years ago. And while we were there, we went to go see Kill Tony at the Comedy Store. And the people who were going up there were fucking terrible.
That sucks,
like
right?
horrible. And I was like, this is on YouTube. Millions of people are watching this and these people are getting up here. They don't care. I could say one joke, it won't kill me. So it could, like, just seeing people with the confidence to do it, knowing that it's probably not good. I was like, well, I can't be worse than this.
I mean, Matt Williams did that shit for years.
Oh my God.
And welcome to the board, Matt Williams. How you doing? Dude, you're surrounded by a fantastic group of people. The comedy scene here right now,
Yes.
in general, I mean, the family that's been built, oh my God, it's amazing, right?
Oh, it really
Could
is.
you be
I tell
more
people,
blessed?
no, I tell people that all the time that I'm so shocked at how much talent is in Tampa. Like these people are amazing. Like I was honestly I don't know why, but I was thinking about questions you guys might ask me if I had like favorite comedians or whatever. And I was trying to think about women comedians. And honestly, all my favorite female comedians are local comics to Tampa. I like them more than the people who have specials on Netflix. Genuinely, I do.
I do love the way that when you said, I thought you might ask me my favorite comedians and went straight to women.
Oh, yeah.
It must be female comedians, but that's why you're here. That's why next week is happening, because the female comedians in this are, oh my God, the talent.
It's strong.
The talent field out there right now, talent pool, however you want to say it,
Yeah.
is incredible.
It
Isn't
really is. It's crazy.
And they're all even getting better as they go. Like every time I see them, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I just remember the first time I ever went to Iberian Rooster, I saw, I remember from that night, seeing Shannon obviously hosting. I remember Katie because all of her jokes I was like relatable, like God.
Boobs, right.
Yes, I'm like, is she talking to me right now? Like,
I
know. I was like, I know. Like,
She's talking to my uncle.
Yeah.
He's got boobs.
yeah, I just remember. I was thinking, and there was another. I cannot remember who it was because I didn't know anybody's name back then. But I saw another girl there, and she was so hilarious, and I just loved it. I'm like, I didn't even know people around here were doing this.
Right.
Like, the only stuff I had seen was local music. I didn't even know that the comedy scene was thriving, and I took a little peek, and it's amazing.
Welcome, Amber Lee. Speaking of local music, so to your point, like you go to these shows and you see these terrible comics getting, and we're not putting names out there, but like you said, are you serious?
Yeah.
You have all these freaking hits. So I don't usually go see cover bands, but recently I've seen a couple of them.
Okay.
And I literally just it drives me insane because they're making $500 a night and they sound like shit. And all these local bands around here that like actually have talent, aren't getting paid jack shit, and it drives me fucking insane.
Well, I feel like when you're at a local level still, it's so many in any kind of performing art. People don't respect what you're doing. They don't feel like your time is money a lot of times.
They think
and it's
you owe them.
Yes, they're doing you a favor.
Yeah, they're calling you to come perform on their place.
Yeah, a lot. But so when you find venues who actually value the performers, like I'm all about promoting those kind of places because so many places don't.
And that's what we're working on now, actually. I mean, we've actually banned a couple. You know what I mean? Because no, we don't need you. There's enough now, especially with breweries popping up everywhere.
Yes.
Dude.
Tampa Bay is hopping. Like, there's so much to do, so much going on. People are hanging out at all kinds of different
barber
places.
shops are throwing open mics.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Yes. I mean, you can't, there's no limit really right now.
You don't have to settle for bullshit.
Exactly.
There's so many options available. And there's so many hardworking people out there like Shannon Kelly, like John Jacobs that are doing things and now Jorge is trying to, start doing things in different...
Well, and the talent is there. It's not like they're asking to put on shows and it's stuff that no one wants to see. These people are good. Yeah, they're going to put on a show for you.
And that's what's awesome. Like, we've brought 20 people to a show with local comics.
Yeah.
And they're like, that show was awesome. It's like, yeah, that's what's going on. Like, you guys just need to be... And do you think that having this family that we talked about, like, that's very helpful?
Yeah.
Because you guys literally do put each other on shows here and there.
Yeah, I think that everybody looks out for each other. People, the people who book the shows are always looking for new faces, which is nice. There's a lot of opportunity around here. They're really, for such a like kind of relatively small area that we live in, there's so many live comedy shows. If you think about, I mean, there's several a week, and not just at the comedy clubs.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're and not just open mics, like actual shows, and people are coming out to them.
And open mics, do you do open mics?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been here a year. How long have you been doing comedy altogether?
Total, I just started last March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, March of 18 I started.
Here is when you started.
Yeah.
And when you say here, where were you coming from prior to that?
Well, I'm originally from Kentucky, but I've lived here for a long time, like 20 years.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I never met no one from goddamn Kentucky before.
Yeah, so, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
What brought you here?
My mom.
Like 20 years ago, she was 12.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade, and it was like Christmas break, the 2 weeks that you have off, and she was like, yeah, we're sick of the snow, and we moved to Florida, and we've been here ever since.
5th grade, that's that weird age, though, because like you have friends in school and stuff at that point, and like you don't want to, did you want to move?
I don't really remember. So I must not have been too opposed to it, because I don't remember being like earth-shattering moving or anything.
Have you gone back?
To visit? Oh, yeah. We were just there 2 weeks ago to visit my dad.
When you do that, can you not wait to get back here?
Yes.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I'm from upstate New York. When we go to visit, it's like, I've seen you, let's go.
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to stay like 5 days, I think, and we ended up staying 2 because I just had to go. I don't do that good with family time. I love my family, but there's only so much I can be around them.
Why?
Because they're
What's the most difficult part of it?
They're all crazy. And Kentucky's weird because...
Because your mom's watching. No, I'm just kidding.
She probably is.
but without saying which family member is the craziest, without saying my uncle, blah, 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 but...
Let me just say this, that there's a lot of undiagnosed mental illness in my mother's side of the family, and my dad's side of the family, they're just very different. Like, I was raised with my mom.